I really like being out in nature. You know, I think it's important for me personally to go out and find some time to touch grass. And it's honestly been pretty hard for me to live in a city where that sort of thing isn't really possible. But luckily for me, I just found a TikTok that changes everything. Because according to them, all you need to feel connected to the earth is a barefoot and a Cincinnati parking lot, baby.
My husband and I have made the decision to walk barefoot indoors and outdoors. We are no longer going to wear shoes even when we're outside. My husband and I have made the decision to stop wearing shoes indoors and outdoors.
This account, Christy Fritz, is sort of a couples slash family slash wellness influencer account. And one of the recent things they've been posting about is this new barefoot lifestyle that they've tried out. This is the first TikTok I saw from them, and you might have seen clips of it on other social media over the past week.
My husband and I have removed the bottoms of all of our shoes. We decided to start walking barefoot, and one of our followers had a great idea. If we cut off the bottom of our shoes, it'll allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else.
So I feel like I've heard of this sort of thing before, like grounding yourself by touching your bare foot to the earth. I know like the Liver King, if you remember him, was really into that. That was one of his ancestral tenets that he was preaching. They were eat raw meat, be barefoot, eat hot chip, lie.
Some businesses don't want us being completely barefoot. If we cut off the bottom of our shoes, it'll allow us to be barefoot but blend in with everyone else.
So their solution is to cut off the bottoms of all of their shoes so that way they can walk around without shoes while also wearing shoes. Their solution is to kind of trick everybody Wile E. Coyote style, which I don't think is gonna work because like, won't people notice when you step on a pebble? Hell yes, these fake shoes are perfect. They're fooling everybody, nobody can tell. Ooh, ow, ooh, ah. Pebble.
Analyzing footwear.
What are you doing?
False shoe detected.
No, these are normal shoes.
Initiating containment protocol.
No!
The experience of cutting off the bottoms of our shoes was very freeing and detoxifying, just like walking barefoot is.
How is walking barefoot detoxifying? I feel like that's the opposite. Like you're literally toxifying your foot by walking on dirty concrete. Maybe they mean it's detoxifying for the ground because they're picking up all the germs and stuff and putting them on themselves.
So we went to our favorite store, Sephora, and as you know, they don't really like us in here without shoes.
Oh, no, actually, I don't know that. None of us know that, except for you. You're the only person going to Sephora barefoot. As you know, they've already kicked us out 7 times, and they told us not to come back here if we don't have shoes on, and that they've seen the TikToks, and they know we're just doing this for views.
The experience was absolutely perfect. The workers came up to us, they talked to us.
I love that angle, like holding the camera up high like that. It's almost like she's trying to distract everyone from her fake shoes by holding her camera as high up as possible. Don't look down there. Shows up here. Look at this. Look at what I'm doing. This is what you want to focus on right now. Meanwhile, her feet are leaving like muddy footprints through the store as she walks. So I'm sure you're wondering why they're doing this. You know, what is their rationale for modifying all of their shoes and walking around on the dirty ground all day? Lucky for us, they did explain a little bit in these TikToks.
Barefoot exposes us to heavy metals such as arsenic, cadmium, and lead. It exposes us to a healthy level of contaminants and allows us to build immunity.
I don't want to get political, but those are poisonous chemicals, right? Like arsenic and lead will lead to your demise even in like the smallest amount, I think, which is why sidewalks and the floor of Sephora aren't made out of arsenic and lead. Also, I'm just now realizing they were wearing socks in that video at home. They were cutting the soles off their shoes while still wearing socks.
One of our followers had...
But they take the socks off when they're outside. What does that mean? Yeah, you know, we're pretty comfortable walking on any surface, honestly. It could be made of lead, it could be cold, hot, I don't really care. Except for hardwood. Hardwood scares me.
Hey, down here.
No, go away.
Look at me.
Go away.
Take those fucking socks off.
First, there's going to be people that think it's kind of crazy and look at us weird, but the benefits are totally worth it.
People are gonna think we're kind of crazy. They're gonna look at us weird. And what? Just because I'm using my foot as a hand? That's the grossest thing they've done so far. I can make my peace with them walking around barefoot all day. That's their choice. Don't put your foot on a button that other people have to use with their hands. Especially if they think that the ground is made out of poisonous chemicals. Christy, You are committing
Bioterrorism.
I think there are so many benefits of going barefoot outside, and we want to take advantage to each and every one of these. We've both noticed that our posture has improved and our stress has reduced.
So yeah, there are some benefits they're saying they're getting. It's better posture, reduced stress, and the only negatives are contracting disease and hypothermia. And I don't know, maybe that is true. Maybe walking barefoot does improve your posture. People are biologically not built to walk in shoes, I guess. But explanations aside, this is still pretty disgusting, right?
Wrong. This is actually healthier for you than walking with shoes, idiot. They told me, okay? And this is how.
A lot of people are worried about how dirty our feet are getting and if we're going to catch diseases from doing this. But we take sanitation of our feet very seriously, and one thing that we do to ensure our feet are clean is we get pedicures every so often.
There you have it, pal, okay? All you have to do is get pedicures every so often. You thought you had them. You really thought you were gonna pull one over on the barefoot influencers. Not today.
They're one step ahead of you, and that step is squeaky clean.
Of course, she does say that right after stepping into a dirty puddle of rainwater.
A lot of people are worried about how dirty our feet are getting and if we're going to catch diseases from doing this.
Which honestly, maybe I do kind of respect that. That kind of goes hard. Yeah, people are worried about us contracting trench foot. I wouldn't be so concerned while stepping into like a vat of radioactive waste.
We actually get sick less now that we walk barefoot. Our immunity is skyrocketed.
Yeah, going barefoot means that we get sick way less in the grand scheme of things, because we will be dying much younger from all the lead exposure. So all these explanations really weren't holding up for me, especially the stuff about the lead and the arsenic. That just seems so ridiculous that it couldn't possibly be real. And so I started to wonder if maybe I wasn't just a silly guy who found a wacky couple on TikTok to talk about in a YouTube video. Maybe instead, I was the victim of a vicious prank perpetrated by none other than Christy Fritz and her husband. I have reason to believe that these two are fakers. These barefoot influencers may be lying to all of us, and the proof is in their other content. Exhibit A is this video where Christy talks about this manicure that cost her apparently $7,500.
Our trip to the nail salon today cost $7,500. Inspo for these nails today is the Courgette aesthetic. So you're probably wondering how these could possibly cost $7,500. Well, not only did she handcraft the bows, she sealed them with a VVS diamond. They turned out absolutely perfect. I am obsessed. Let me know what you guys think.
Interesting. Now let's look at this video of them buying their 4-year-old a Tesla, but never showing us the actual purchase or the car driving off the lot.
Come with us to get our 4-year-old a Tesla. I know you're probably thinking, why are we getting a 4-year-old a Tesla? But we actually have a very valid reason. So we want to get her the car now, keep it in storage until she's old enough to drive.
Now lastly, consider this TikTok, where Christy shows off a tattoo she got that is spelled wrong, and also we never see the final tattoo.
I now fully regret the tattoo that I got yesterday. Please give me any advice you have and let me know what I should do at this point.
After seeing those, I was simply too suspicious to believe the whole barefoot thing was real on good faith alone. There were just too many little details that didn't add up. Too many things like her pronunciation of Courgette.
The Courgette aesthetic.
Coquette.
Too many things that seem deliberately built to make people comment on the video. How do you not notice that, LOL? First thing I saw. I understand car shopping at 14, but 4? Courgette. Maybe this is like Swifty conspiracy theorist brain where I'm taking any info and justifying my own ideas with it. But it seems like these videos are built to get people to comment on them and share them so that before you know it, they have millions of views. And I don't know what's real or not, but I think there's a good chance that this could all be rage bait. So I just want to put that out there and address the possibility that these barefoot vloggers might be faking this. Do I want to live in a world where they're lying to my face instead of just being weird people doing a weird thing? Of course not. I'm going to choose to live in the reality where they are really doing this and actually committing to the barefoot lifestyle, because that's funnier. But I would be remiss if I didn't give you all the information. At the end of the day too, maybe Christy is faking it, but she's the greatest satire artist of her generation. And if that's the case, more power to you, Christy. You are a genius. That being said, what you're doing is pretty gross, so please stop. There are better ways to farm engagement than this. Oh, whoa, wait. Okay, this is a brand new TikTok. It only has 8,000 views. Hold on.
Come with us to go on national television to talk about the benefits of walking barefoot in Cleveland, Ohio. It was so fun talking with them. They were absolutely amazing. So we talked about how we made a rap song, which will be getting released soon.
So they went on this Cleveland radio show and dropped the info that they're about to post a rap song. Hi again, it's me from 7 days later. I was about to publish this video and then I realized I never did my due diligence and like looked into that radio interview. And I was extra intrigued to do so because I looked at Christy's TikTok today and she deleted the video about doing the radio interview. I don't know where it went or why it's gone, but she got rid of it. So what did she do in this interview that made her delete the TikTok? Did she get on the mic and immediately tell like a huge secret? She was nervous. It's her first time being on radio. So the first thing she says is everything I do on TikTok is a lie. It's all a bit. It's all high level satire. I'm so sorry.
What made y'all start walking around barefoot?
You know, it's like great immunity. So when you start barefoot walking, it's grounding, as you know.
And yeah, we're just always looking for ways to become better people and try out new things. So
one thing I will say initially is that they're coming across as pretty genuine. I was kind of hoping that they would just be talking about, oh no, this is a bit that we're doing on the internet, but it seems like they're pretty serious. It's kind of confronting.
But if anybody doesn't know, so Josh and I do grounding, but we do it in our backyard or whatever. And it's supposed to be where you're connected to the earth.
The hosts also confirmed that they do grounding. How deep does this go? Should I be grounding? Is this actually normal? Is this not a weird thing to talk about in a YouTube video? This goes all the way to the top, man. Next thing you know, Joe Biden's gonna be barefoot on the White House lawn.
Do y'all ever go to a place like, they spilled something on the floor? Or is that ever a problem? Like, I can't walk on
I
that.
stepped in
No,
something.
It helps with the immunity.
yeah, we're actually excited if
Everything.
it's somewhere like
This is how you know that they are in the Midwest, because that's the politest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, no, it's great. I love that the floor is sticky, actually. It's good for me. It's good for me to step in Old Pepsi and the remains of a Crunchwrap Supreme. I think that is going to help me live longer.
So you guys can't see their feet. They have on shoes today, which I'm like, wait a minute, I want the full experience.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're going to do an interview as the barefoot influencers and then come in here with shoes on? How dare you?
Yeah,
It was your idea to start grounding.
Yeah, but she's taking it to a whole nother level.
Oh.
You know,
I like the way that Christy's husband says that. Like, it was my idea, but she took it to a whole nother level. I thought it'd be a good idea to start grounding, and then she just started pitching concepts to me that were way above my pay grade. They were scary, and I didn't understand them, and I just wanted her to stop.
I just loved it so much. Like, I would get sick, the kids would get sick, and Seth is like thriving. You know, he's like never sick. I want to be like you.
Oh, yeah.
So what do I have to do? And I'm like, I have to not wear shoes.
I cannot speak to the scientific legitimacy of this practice. So I don't know, maybe this is genuinely making their lives better. They seem pretty genuine about it and they seem excited about it. So they do talk in this interview about how they deal with like hate comments and stuff that they've gotten in the past. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be like a negative voice here or anything. I just think this is objectively a pretty silly thing to do. But I mean, if it makes them happy. And that old, uneducated version of myself that thought that this was all rage bait, well, let me just say that I think he was wrong. I think that this was real, and I think that Christy and her husband have actually been doing this. And maybe they have benefited in the ways that they've said. You know what? There's only one way to know. Which is why I'm gonna spend the next 100 days totally barefoot everywhere I go. Just kidding. Obviously, I am not doing that. I live in Chicago, and it is winter, and the ground is cold. But that being said, I also think there's inherently a risk in what they're doing. Like, they could be unknowingly contracting some sort of virus or spreading something to people around them. My main issue is just stop touching light posts and door handles with your bare feet, because then you might spread germs around and stuff. But overall, if they want to cast off their foot prisons and experience life raw, and they're not like actively putting other people in danger by doing it, feel free. Anyways, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. That was super nice of you because you didn't have to do that, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.